Hi everyone and welcome to the album review channel. If it's your first time here, you are most welcome. Now this week I've released my two-part listen-along to progressive rock giant Jethro Tull's fourth studio album, Aqualung, released on the 19th of March 1971 on Chrysalis Records. I hope that you've seen these two videos already. If not, pause this video here and go and watch them first. It will mean that this video will make more sense to you as I now deliver the final verdict on Aqualung by Jethro Tull. A little background. Some critics had this as a concept album about the distinction between religion and God, but the band never recognised this and strenuously denied the fact. Now, as a result of this, it meant that the next album released by the band was made into a concept album just really to simply annoy everybody. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit here. This album featured two sides of music. Side 1 was 6 songs under the title of Aqualung, and side 2 was 5 songs under the title of My God. The band at this point consisted of Ian Anderson on lead vocals, acoustic guitar, flute and production, along with his longtime producer Terry Ellis. Martin Barr was on lead guitar and descent recorder, Jeffrey Hammond on bass, alto recorder and assorted vocals, John Evan was on piano, organ and mellotron, and Clive Bunker on drums and percussion. The title track kicks us off and is a monster of a track. It's haunting, thought-provoking, and delves into the societal issues, compassion, and the complexities of human existence. The impact resonates far beyond that initial release, making it a timeless classic in rock music history. Cross-Eyed Mary is a companion piece really to the opener, but it's also an important part within Aqualung. Now, Mary is portrayed as a Robin Hood-like figure, but with a difference. She's a prostitute and takes as much money as she can from clients who can afford it, but gives away her services to those who can't. Okay. This was covered by Iron Maiden in 1983 and became the B-side of The Trooper. Musically, it's always on the move with a real heavy edge to it. Cheap Day Return is a short acoustic track inspired by a trip on an overcrowded train that Anderson took whilst rushing home to visit his sick father. There's a nice acoustic feel to this song despite its short length. Mother Goose is a track written with a host of abstract characters in it, similar really to the ones in Cross-Eyed Mary that Anderson created to bring some lighter moments to the album. There's lovely recorder sounds at the end of each of the stanzas, and these are really catchy, and add in the bongos and it's a great song full of that imagination and whimsy Anderson was really looking to create on this album. Wondering Aloud is another short acoustic piece with some lovely strings added towards the end, arranged by Dee Palmer. Anderson's vocals are soft, tells of recollections of moments within his relationship. Side 1 ends with Up to Me, which is a quirky time signature. It's heavy on the flutes, of course, and it tells the tale of being responsible for your actions in life, with a whole series of examples to prove that point. Side 1 verdict, very enjoyable, with a good mix of old and new Tull ideas, and scores a solid 8.5 out of 10. We turn to side 2 now. My God! It starts with My God, and this track delves into the themes of spirituality, questioning the existence of God and the perceived hypocrisy of organised religion. There is some intricate instrumentation, including Ian Anderson's flute playing, and lyrics to challenge listeners to contemplate their own beliefs. Hymn 43, released as a single in the US and Canada, was a minor hit, but a very catchy rock tune, blending piano, guitar and flute with some determined drumming to get this cohesive result. The words of the song challenged the scepticism towards organised religion and hypocrisy that takeaway indicates that blind adherence can really lead to oppression and ignorance, with a need to be thinking clearly about one's beliefs. Slipstream is a brief sliver of a track. It's a reflective piece that explores themes of disillusionment and passages of time. Now, the song features striking acoustic guitar work and an orchestrated piece, adding to the charm to this little palate cleanser. Locomotive Breath was the lead single off the album in the US, really failing to chart first time around in 71, although reaching 59 when released again in 76. Anderson himself describes this as one of his top 10 Jethro Tull songs of all time, with Billboard claiming it to be their best rock track. With that classical piano opening from John Evan before pivoting into that incessantly driven rhythm of the train, it really does rank amongst the best. The classic Anderson flute solo simply enhances the overall vibe, but at only 4.5 minutes long, I feel there was more scope to develop this track further. Now, ending with Wind Up, this master of an album sadly comes to a close, but not before a parting shot at Organised Religion again, with this blistering rock track. Although the vocals are not the clearest on this, it still packs a musical punch from the guitar of Barr, before the conclusion of the instrumental sees a switch back to that piano opening again. The whole purpose of this track is to wind up the leaders of the mainstream churches. Now, for me, I think overall side 2 rates a little lower than the first side by scoring an 8 out of 10. But as a whole, this album remains as a 8.5 for me. There's so many more highs than lows, and with vocals and music on point, was an album throughout with a point to make, which I think it did perfectly. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And for exclusive content and reaction requests, have a look at my Patreon page. Thanks for watching.